This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Pensacola State Today. I'm your host, Drexel Gilbert. In today's edition, we are going to learn more about the popular Skills USA program hosted by Pensacola State. Pensacola State President Dr. Ed Meadows will join us to talk about the newest additions and success stories from Pensacola State. And we'll also show you why summer is an exciting time at PSC with a variety of continuing education courses and summer camps. First, let's begin our show today by welcoming to the set two guests who figure prominently into the Skills USA program. First, Jennifer Ponson is the Coordinator of Student and Program Outreach. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
And next to her is Tyler Kircher, who is the State Director for Skills USA Florida. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well, let's just get straight to it and let's define Skills USA. What is Skills USA?
Sure. Skills USA is a student organization at its core. It services high school and college post-secondary students in technical and vocational fields. What makes Skills USA so unique is it provides these students that are in the classroom learning hard skills about carpentry and welding and cosmetology. It really emphasizes the soft skills that they need to get a job and keep a job.
Talk to me about those soft skills. What are they?
Sure. Anything from how to conduct yourself on a job interview, how to produce a resume, how to communicate with your employer, how to dress professionally at work. We feel like these skills are so crucial to the students in order to get the job, keep the job, be successful in their future.
Jennifer, why do you think this program is so popular with the students?
Well, the students have such a nice opportunity to not only network with other individuals, but they get to work with business partners in our local community through their different programs of work.
And of course, nothing spurs the imagination and productivity perhaps more than a little bit of competition, and Skills USA knows a little bit about that too.
That's right. We had over 100 competitions coming to Pensacola with the State Skills USA conference, and those competitions ranged from culinary to baking.
A lot of computers and IT, anything from broadcast news to also our welding and our marine service and plumbing. It's really a very, very diverse group of competitions that are held annually. We're very lucky that this 3-year span will be hosted by Pensacola State College. Pensacola State really brought something unique to the table when they proposed to have this conference here, and that was by adding the Worlds of Possibilities Career Expo.
And we have video of that, and
Okay.
we're going to roll that so we can look at it while you're talking about it.
Awesome. The Worlds of Possibilities is geared towards local 7th and 8th graders and giving them an opportunity to learn about possible future careers for them.
Basically want to plant seeds in these 7th and 8th graders in hopes that they will choose one of the career fields. So running along parallel to the competitions for Skills USA, we have the Worlds of Possibilities Career Expo. So as the 7th and 8th graders walk through, they'll actually see the high school and college students competing in maybe masonry or carpentry, and then they'll actually have the opportunity to have hands-on experience or interactive experience in one of the worlds, such as World of Construction, World of Energy. There'll be a backhoe. We had the backhoe in our World of Construction this year. There's a crane. It is. They were able to operate a crane, and really exciting for the students. And it just goes on and on. World of Aviation. They actually have a simulator that they were able to work with. So
that's right. Some very great community partners, and they see the value in this organization by bringing in interest at such a young age. These students are about to have the opportunity to join one of the academies as they start their 8th and 9th grade year. So many of our local high schools that will ultimately feed to the post-secondary institutions in Pensacola are preparing them for that future.
So this is not something that is just beneficial and fun to the students who participate, but it has farther reaching effects.
Oh, huge. One of the stats that's been thrown out recently is over the next 10 years, 70% of the available jobs will require more than a high school degree, but less than a bachelor's degree. These certificate programs they're crucial to the future of our workforce. And if we're not preparing the students for it now, then we're going to see a true shortage in 10, 15 years. It might be tough to find a HVAC technician to come fix your air conditioning in Pensacola in the heat of the summer, or a plumber to come fix your pipes when you need them. It's a truly important thing that we're doing, really pushing to these young people the opportunities available to them.
And how does a young person become involved with Skills USA? I think that's the big question now.
Well, the students, if they have a chapter within their program, within their school, they're able to go to their advisor and sign up to compete. So if they have the career and technical field within their school, they'll go to their advisor and sign up and be a part of Skills USA from the beginning of their school year.
Okay, and if they don't have a...
Well, they can always start a Skills USA chapter. We'll be more than happy to assist them in any way possible to start a chapter. And we are seeing more and more growth throughout our high schools and colleges throughout the state of Florida.
We've talked about how much they learn, and we've talked about the soft skills and the hard skills, but there is also some fun associated with this program, and much of that comes from the very popular electrothon race. Can we talk about that a little bit, and how often that happens and why it's so popular?
Sure. Well, Skills USA is partnered with Electrothon America, which is an organization that really goes into the STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and math that's been around in our high schools and our colleges. And the Electrothon contest takes a common battery, and these teams, interdisciplinary teams, fabricators, electricians, they will fabricate a car, and it's an endurance race to see how many times they can make it around the track on one charge of the battery. It's truly exciting. They have an opportunity to go in and do the research and see how many laps they can do and adjust that for a second run around the track.
And I bet it just gives them so much enthusiasm for making this accomplishment and for being able to do something like this and have fun while I can only imagine how it stimulates their brain too.
The hands-on application is awesome.
Well, the teamwork alone, if you consider all of the different trades coming in together and working on this car, building the car, it takes many different mindsets to fabricate the car and then to actually race the car in the race, and then if there are any technical difficulties, all coming together as a team to help fix that. And so it's very rewarding for not only the people involved, but our students and all of the faculty members that participate.
Okay, just very quickly at the end, how proud should Pensacola and Pensacola State College in this area be that Skills USA is entrenched in this college?
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Pensacola is very fortunate to have this event, a $3 million economic impact on Pensacola, and will be for the next couple of years. So very excited about what we are able to offer.
Okay.
It's awesome, and even further into our local workforce, they're getting the opportunity to see the best of the best students from all around the state traveling to Pensacola to compete. This is an opportunity for them to hire some of the best and see our beautiful area.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Pensacola State today. We are going to take a look now at what's coming ahead at Pensacola State, and we'll be back with a visit with PSC President Dr. Ed Meadows. And welcome back to Pensacola State today. We're so glad that you are with us for this program. We have a lot more coming your way. Right now, I'd like to welcome to the studios Dr. Ed Meadows, President of Pensacola State College. Thank you again for joining us on this program.
Thank you for inviting me.
So many exciting things are going on at the campus, and I want to just tell you that the first time I ever stepped foot on this campus was in 1978. I was 19 years old, and I was a student at Pensacola State College. And it was just a great experience. But as I come back and walk through the campus and look at the website and see the different centers, I realize what amazing growth of this college has taken place since then. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. There's virtually no place you can go in the two-county service area or the South, for that matter, without people recognizing the acronyms PJC. And of course, in 2010, we became Pensacola State College. Mm-hmm. So there are good memories for lots of different people, and I'm glad, including you.
Yes.
But we have grown programmatically and offering baccalaureate degree programs and new associate degree programs that meet an emerging workforce. But we've also grown in terms of our locations. Our Milton campus was designated a campus 3 years ago, and we just opened 2 centers, the South Santa Rosa Center, 109 acres and a 33,000 square foot new facility there in this past January, and also in Century. The Century, the North Escambia area has long been neglected by higher education, and they have gone through a lot of hard times with losing industry and business there. So through a partnership with Escambia County Schools and Malcolm Thomas leading the charge, we were able to lease a fairly new building up there, about 24,000 square feet, and we're offering vocational and technical programs and university transfer credits in Century. We feel very good about the partnership with that community. As a matter of fact, they named our center the Outstanding Business by the Chamber of Commerce at Century. So we're very proud that they're proud that we're there.
Very well deserved.
And the other good thing about Pensacola State is that it's been an integral part of the community, for almost 65 years. And we couldn't do that without the huge partnerships that we have with the Santa Rosa School District, the Escambia County School District, the University of West Florida, the Chamber of Commerce, and the County Commission and the cities that reside in, or that we reside in as students and employees. We even have the University of Florida as a partner at our Milton Center, where students can get the associate degree in one of several of their programs that are forestry and natural resources and turfgrass management, and then step from our building to their building and finish the baccalaureate degree program. So a lot of wonderful partnerships to make things happen. For example, we are in our second year of offering the Skills USA, which is the old VICA Club program, state conference, and we could not have done that without a grant that we received from the County Commission to offset the cost, and also the many volunteers from business and industry that are going to be judging these competitions for well over 5,000 students from secondary and post-secondary institutions coming to Pensacola to compete in skills competitions. The nice part about being associated with Pensacola State is knowing, that you've got a lot of support out in the community to try to help good things happen for the residents of our service area.
And that's what we were discussing at some point in time, the fact that this is not just an island sitting in the middle of Pensacola, that this college goes beyond its physical boundaries to reach out into the community. And yes, you have the more locations that expand the physical boundaries, but you still are reaching out and becoming an integral part of this community via these partnerships.
And we encourage our students to volunteer in the community. Let me talk about our student athletes just a moment. We broke the 3.0 barrier this year with the average GPA of all of our combined athletic programs. The combined of all students' GPA this past semester was 3.05, which is a remarkable feat. It may have been surpassed sometime in the past, but not since I've been here at the college. But we lead our conference and lead the state in academic achievement of our athletes. And we do that for a lot of good reasons, I think, because we give our students the support that they need to be successful academically, and we stress academics to our students. And athletics is important to our students, and many of our student athletes, they go on to Division I colleges to play at the 4-year level, and some do not. You know, some, this is where their athletic career ends, but it's not where their academic career ends, it's where it starts. And so we're very proud of the fact that we have coaches and our athletic director, Bill Hamilton, that is forever stressing to our students, you know, one day you probably aren't going to play athletics, but your education you'll keep with you for the rest of your life and use it to have a better life in the future. And I think that's an important message that transcends not only the athletic programs, but all of our academic and vocational technical programs, is that we try to advise our students in the right way so that they understand the value of what they're receiving at the college. And the people that I talk to in the community, this is a beloved college. They love their experience here. Many people met their spouses here. Others found their vocation and their advocation. So it's a wonderful asset to our community.
And it's a multi-tiered approach to encouraging these students to stay on the high academic road. When you were talking about the coaches, you know, working with the athletes, and there's the writing labs and the math labs, and I've seen it all in action, and it's a very cohesive effort.
I think so. I think academic affairs and student affairs and financial affairs, the leadership there, they work together very closely to try to make sure that we don't have silos, but we have a continuum of information flowing from one department to the next to help students.
Well, Dr. Meadows, we're about out of time. Is there anything that you would like for us to take away from this that we haven't touched on this time around?
Well, even though we've changed our name and we do offer baccalaureate degrees, we're still one of the leading associate degree producers in the nation. And we continue to develop not only baccalaureate degrees, but associate degrees and certificates as well. So we're not everything to everybody, but we are a comprehensive college for our community.
Have a lot to offer to a lot of people. All right.
I think so.
Thank you very much, Dr. Meadows. We're going to take a break. When we come back, much more ahead. We hope that you stay with us here on Pensacola State Today.
Welcome back. You might think that summer is a time when education slows down. Well, not at Pensacola State. Continuing education is, well, just that, during the summer months. And let's welcome to the set now two guests who know an awful lot about the continuing education program at Pensacola State College. First, I'd like to introduce you to Dan Bussey, who is the Dean of Workforce and Vocation Support at Pensacola State College. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be
And
here.
also with us today is Frances Yo, who is the coordinator of the Continuing Education Department. And thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, delighted to be here with you.
Let's talk first. Let's define something here. Let's talk, what is continuing education?
Well, I appreciate that opportunity, and I'm going to read it because I want to make sure we get it exactly how we present it in the educational opportunity. The mission of continuing education is to be a strong link between the college and the community by offering courses and programs for lifelong learning, recreation and leisure, and cultural events at a reasonable price and convenient to students of all ages.
Okay, great mission statement.
Yes.
Raises a lot of images in my mind. Can we get a little specific? Let's talk a little bit about what types of classes you offer.
Oh, we have a wide variety. I just keep saying I'm in charge of fun here at Pensacola State College. We have gymnastics, we have aquatics, we do foreign languages, we do all kinds of things, dog obedience, and you can't just leave your dog, you have to come with your dog to the class.
Okay.
But it's just a wide variety of things, anything you could think of. We do individual theater classes to help people, we do one-on-one tutoring in music. just anything that's non-academic, and you want to do it just because you want to learn this stuff.
Okay, but there also goes beyond just learning. It goes beyond the campus and the students into the community. And let's talk a little bit about that. How does the continuing education program at Pensacola State benefit our community?
Well, we consider it a economic development issue, actually, to have a vibrant, strong rec and leisure program, community education program. When companies are looking to relocate, that's one of the things that they're looking at. Does the community have those type of programs? And at Pensacola State, like I said, we consider it an economic development issue to have that robust community involvement with our rec and leisure programs. And we have a variety of programs all over the road. So we provide an opportunity for individuals when they're here to really enjoy themselves and learn things that they're passionate about.
And when the continuing education program at Pensacola State is pitched to these companies that are looking to move into this area, what's the reaction?
They're very positive about it. Their employees, and we're again always looking for high-tech, well-paying jobs, their employees like to have this type of resource when they're making a decision as to where their company is going to relocate. We want them to come to the Pensacola area, and Pensacola State is part of that process.
We talked going into this that summer for some folks might be a slowing down time, but certainly not here. Talk to me a little bit, Francis, about what's coming up this summer, including what we have going on for the kids.
Right. It's so exciting. We're doing Kids College, and so it helps on the idea of they're comfortable in a classroom on a college campus, but it's all age appropriate. We go 6 to 12 years old, age appropriate, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12-year-old groups. And then they have hands-on classes. They do Lego World. They do math games. They have swimming, tennis, and they get to choose classes just like you would if you're a college student. And so they can come for just one class or they can stay all day. And so it makes it really interesting for them to enjoy that. And we have a lot of teachers from the school district that have the summer off. They get to bring a lot of hands-on activities. They're going to learn new this year. We have Greek mythology. Wow. And eating their way through the alphabet.
Oh, can I take that one?
Yeah. So besides learning some reading techniques and research techniques, they're also going to prepare food.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Part of that Kids College, we also are focusing on math and science as well. That's one of our keys. The Lego, for example, deals with robotics. So we're trying to introduce those students into STEM activities as well, the science, technology, engineering, and math. So it's an opportunity for kids to take what they've learned in school and apply it in a very fun and enjoyable way across the summer.
Right, so you make it fun and you sneak in some learning while you're at it, right?
Quite a bit.
There you go,
Yes.
absolutely.
Little brain games is a new one we're going to have this year too. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
So if a parent is watching this program and is interested in having their child participate, what do they do?
They can call us and get more information, or they can go to our website. And the schedule is up on the website, and they can find that. And if they have any questions, just call our department at 484-1797, and we'll be glad to walk them through it. We will be delivering to 40 different schools in the 2 school districts the schedules. So in most elementary schools, they'll get it directly.
Okay, now this is about the kids, but we've talked about before we went on the air, you and I were talking about the wide age range of those who participate in continuing education.
I would say our youngest are 6 months old, and you're
Really?
like, really? How can you do that? But you think about our aquatics classes, we have Mommy and Me. So the mommies come with it, and it gives a great opportunity for interaction between the mom and the child. Then we have all the way up to 90-year-olds we have in our Master Swimmers class.
Great.
They get up and come at 5:30 in the morning. Our pool is busy from 5:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. It's amazing, all the people that use it.
That is wonderful.
And the individuals that we have teaching these classes really are experts in the field. They love flower arranging, they love swimming, they love dance, whatever it happens to be. As far as the rec and leisure, those instructors love it. You're going to find real passion when you take a rec and leisure class.
That's my priority, is passion and skills.
I like it. We have just about 30 seconds. Quickly tell me about some of the summer camps or the summer.
We're also going to have summer dance workshop, which you'll see a little bit later in the show. But we're going to have all of the regular adult classes all summer long as too. We don't just do Kids College. We still have all the language classes. We have Music Academy, a lot of life planning opportunities, a lot of family types of things to improve your financial position, to learn more about retirement. We have just the whole gambit of health classes, Tai Chi, belly dancing.
We truly are a resource for the community. Take a look at our website, give us a call. We'd be delighted to assist you in making a selection of one of the great courses that we offer.
Great. Dan Bussey and Francis Yo, thank you so much for coming out and being a part of Pensacola State today. We appreciate it. And I want to know more about that eating your way through the alphabet class.
Sign up.
We'll be back. And we touched briefly on it, but wanted to give you a little more background on one of the most popular summer programs at Pensacola State College, the Summer Dance Intensive, which draws students and instructors from both far and near. Let's take a look.
The age group for this workshop is from ages 10 all the way up to adults. We offer 3 levels in each one of the styles, so beginning, intermediate, and advanced. The dancers that come to the workshop not only come from the state of Florida or our region, but they're coming from 8 states in the southeast region, all the way to North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way over to Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. This workshop is a very special workshop. I feel very passionately about it. I think the overall quality is what attracts people to our workshop. With our instructors, we have all the instructors are working professionals in their field, they're educators. They teach class. They don't just show combinations and have kids do it, they're actually teaching technique. We offer classes in ballet, classical ballet, contemporary modern, jazz, tap, hip hop, musical theater dance, improvisation. We also have Pilates classes for dancers because the teacher that's teaching that has a dance background. We also offer some very informative seminars, one of which is on dance injury prevention.
And that's going to be a wrap for this edition of Pensacola State Today. I'm your host, Drexel Gilbert. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.